And please note that the following story contains some graphic content. AfriForum has condemned behavior attributed to members of the South African National Defence Force in Mozambique. And that follows a video that has since gone viral of some people in military uniform, and some of them are allegedly SANDF members, throwing bodies into a pile of burning rubble. We speak now to Ernst who is with AfriForum, and they have expressed similar concerns. Thank you very much, Mr. Van Zyl, for availing yourself this afternoon. Have you been able to gather more detail or information about this video?
So far, we've only had the video to go on. I know there's also been an investigation that has been announced, which is definitely something that we welcome. We did ask for that at least an investigation be done, and I think such an investigation will be the way to get more concrete details. There's unfortunately at the moment not a lot of new details coming out. That's precisely why this type of investigation is very necessary, so that we can get to the bottom of what happened, what is currently happening, and if everything that we see in the video is true, and everything and that there are South African Defence Force members implicated in this incident, then we will need the facts from such an investigation to determine the way forward and what consequences they will face.
So as we still wait for those facts, you have noted in your statement that this is not the first time that South African soldiers had been accused of human rights violations.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I wish that wasn't the fact. But just a casual glance at the news reports over the past few years, you will see that several SANDF soldiers have been accused of sexual misconduct during operations in the DRC. And there's also the case more recently of Collins Khoza, who was beaten to death by SANDF soldiers in his own backyard here in South Africa during the lockdown, which was a major scandal here in South Africa. So unfortunately, there seems to be the SANDF seems to be marred with a lot of scandals like this, abuse of human rights. And this latest video is just adding to that pattern, adding to that record, and it's most unfortunate, and that's why swift and strong consequences are needed to put a stop to these types of incidents, and to absolutely make sure that there's no chance of anything like this happening in the future, because it's definitely something that's absolutely shocking. It's something that, like I said earlier, is very unfortunate that we have to be dealing with scandals like this, and that the South African public has to become aware about the fact that these things are happening, and the South African flag is in that video as well, where this is happening. And this is the type of things that there needs to be procedures, and there needs to be a system in place that prevents these types of human rights abuses and scandals from happening, and that there is consequences when they do happen.
The video is so graphic that unfortunately we cannot play it on television, but do you perceive that then this poses a threat from what you just said to South Africa?
Well, we'll see what the future holds in regards to the ripple effect. I think the immediate effect and the big effect that has already happened is that it just further mars the South African, the SANDF's record in regards to just another scandal to add to the record. And I think that's the immediate effect, is just, again, a dark cloud hanging over the SANDF with another human rights abuse that seems to have happened with some of its members present. But if you want to know specifically what the bigger ripple effects are going to be, I think those are down the line. I don't think those have happened yet. We will see what the result of the investigation is, and we will see whether, if the investigation finds that there are SANDF members are culpable in this incident, whether they face consequences or not, that will trigger more effects in the future. Whether they face consequences or not, either way will have major ramifications.
Yeah, speaking of triggering consequences, while you welcomed in the opening of the conversation the investigation, you are also consulting with your legal team to see what other options are available. Have they advised?
Well, that process is still ongoing, seeing as we need to make sure that all the facts that are available and that can be uncovered are uncovered. That's going to be a long process, and then to make sure that the correct procedures are followed and that we make a meaningful difference and a contribution towards justice being served. That needs to be a lengthy and detailed process of consultation with our legal team. So at this moment, I don't have an update for you there yet, but as I said, that's due to the nature of this incident, where we have to be absolutely sure about all the facts and need to be absolutely sure what happened, and that's going to play a major role in regards to how the SANDF react, is going to play a major role in what AfriForum's role is going to, and our action is going to be come the future.
It is alleged that these were bodies of insurgents. Does that matter?
No, the burning of bodies internationally is considered a war crime. That is beyond the battlefield. That is something beyond the pale. I don't think the side of which these people were fighting on determines whether their bodies can be desecrated in this manner. It's definitely something that should be condemned, no matter who the bodies are that were burned. It is something that is globally condemned as a war crime.
Campaign Officer, Strategy and Content for AfriForum, Ernst. Thank you very much for your time.